I'll, you know, I'll probably cut the video there for YouTube. But I might post this as its own video or something. I just wanted to talk a little more candidly about what's going on with all the streaming stuff and things. So I'll just screw around in the game while I do that. So obviously I haven't been streaming for like months. Ugh. I just kind of got burnt out on it. I ended up making it feel like some sort of like job thing, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll get rid of the schedule. I don't have to stick to a schedule. And that was good, that helped, but it didn't like fix it, right? I was still just really stressed out by streaming, by having a Discord of surprisingly well-behaved and very nice people, but still, like, in my brain, constantly waiting for something terrible to happen. And then I did have a very awkward and uncomfortable experience on there, with someone, unfortunately. It was, you know, the parasocial kind of stuff that you'd never want to have happen. I was surprised it happened to me, because I'm very small time. You know, it's like 600 subscribers on YouTube. I don't even know how many followers on Twitch. It's not even like 100, I'm pretty sure. It's like in the 80s or something. I didn't expect for that to happen. I wasn't prepared for that to happen, and it was very uncomfortable when it did happen. Because it's, you know, it's someone that wants you to be like their personal friend and thinks of you as someone that they know and they care about, and that will probably care about them too. And it's like, actually, I don't know you at all. I don't know you, and I'm not here to be your little personal buddy. Like, it's just real talk. I do streams because it's fun and I want to do it.
No problem.
Do I love talking to people in chat? Absolutely. Do I love people leaving comments on my YouTube stuff? Absolutely. Does that mean I'm going to, like, have a personal conversation with you? I don't know. Like, that's kind of what the Discord's for, is to talk to folks who watch my stuff. But just because you have talked to me doesn't mean that you know me? I'm muddling whatever I'm trying to say here. It's hard to talk about, I guess. But, you know. Axel Lilibel I've got the new name because I was tired of Sleepy Sea Lily being 3 words. It was just bad. You know, just a bad thing overall. I did change it to a couple different things, just trying stuff out for a while. For a while I wanted to take Lily out of it, just because that's to break kayfabe my actual first name, right? But, I don't know. Like, this persona or whatever is, like, simultaneously me and not me. It's like this character is Lily, but also I am Lily. And those can be 2 different things. And they are. But I suppose maybe it's hard for some people to blur the lines. I think if something like that happens again, I'm going to look at seriously just dropping all this stuff. And either just streaming with no face cam, no VTuber stuff, maybe? I don't know. I find that unappealing. I feel like there's no presence there, and I like being a presence, you know? One thing I miss is the way I talk, like, in real life. I'm very, like, communicative with my hands. It comes from growing up with a very a very Italian side of my family, on my dad's side. You know, we talk with our hands as much as our mouths, And that doesn't come across with VTuber stuff, but at least like some body language does, where I'm looking, the facial expressions a little bit. It's not perfect, but you know. Most people are. That's the thing, PJB. Most people absolutely are. It is not a problem 99% of the time. Why did I just stop moving? Whatever, I'm not even really paying attention anyway. Let me just drop into chatting mode for a moment here. There. Sorry. I mean, for a while I haven't been streaming, and I guess now it's like I moved to this thing where I was just like, I'll just stream when I feel like it. And I did that occasionally, where it was like, instead of, for sure, oh, like I'm streaming most weeks. My schedule originally was 2 days a week. What 2 days kind of changed a couple times, but it was usually Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes it was like Thursday and Saturday, I think. I don't know. It wasn't like... Let me take the volume of the music down just a little bit more there, sorry. It wasn't like bad or anything, I enjoyed it. The reason why I initially cut down on my streaming schedule to just 1 day a week was because of job stuff. And then eventually it was stressful and I was not enjoying it. And I think the thing that actually made me kind of freak out was when I posted my video that was the reaction to the Super Mario Bros. Movie casting announcement. It did considerably better than any of my other videos, like, ever. To the point where the number of people following me on YouTube went from 200-ish, a little under 200, to over 600. And that freaked me out. Like, bad. Yeah, that's okay. It's funny. I was, like, just losing my mind on it. I get why people liked it. What really made it kind of explode was it got picked up by, like, a few of those, like, streamer compilation YouTube channels and thrown in their stuff, and they were like, oh yeah, it's Sleepy Sea Lily. And I was in those videos, I was the only VTuber, generally. The closest thing to that was, like, in one of them, like, I think Arlo was also in it or something, and he's like a puppet, right? But it's not, it's similar. It's a similar kind of idea, but it's not quite the same, I guess. But just being like, having, like, this unique visual gimmick and, like, such a strong video, I can see why people followed me. And I appreciate those followers and those views and all of that stuff. Metroid Dread was also picked up and put in one of those compilations, but it didn't, like, explode. Because, like, I was just in them. I was like, oh my god, yeah, Metroid Dread, it's real, wow! But it wasn't like me just absolutely having some sort of, like, mental breakdown on stream in a good way with the Mario casting. It was just like, it was just rapid fire absolute madness, that whole bit. And I got it processed and put up very, very quickly after the stream hit. If that had come out, like, I don't know, a day later, 6 hours, 8 hours later, it probably wouldn't have been in any of those compilation videos. And that also freaked me out a little, right? Because, like, now here I am looking at the reality of how to actually get people to watch my stuff, and it's do the thing that's popular and do it as fast as possible. And that sucks. That just sucks. I hate that. I'm not gonna do that. That's not what I want to do. And a lot of the new followers that I picked up, some of them were absolutely wonderful people. I you know, have hopped on the Discord and I've talked to them and they're great. There was a lot of misgendering from that stuff. That was really uncomfortable. Because I feel like, okay, my voice, it's not the most femme sounding voice, sure, because I'm transgender, you know. I'm a gal, but you know, my voice is what it is. I've worked on it. It's lightened up a lot. The Discord is sorry, it's just a side note here. The Discord is it still exists. It's not like the conversation channels are gone. I've still been posting in there occasionally in the news channel. The past couple of days, actually, I posted like a little bit of art and stuff. Just because I had been kind of missing interacting with that little tiny community that I had, because they're great. And I do want to open the Discord server back up for everyone to post in like before. It was never like super duper active, but it was always, you know, it was alive, which was nice. But I don't want to do that until I'm streaming on a regular basis, which I'll talk more about here. Sorry, I just looked up and saw my avatar on the screen, and it's I'm so fucking cute, y'all. I'm adorable. So what was I talking about? Right, the misgendering stuff. So I know I don't sound super femme. That's my voice. My voice is what it is. I've worked on improving it. It's better than it used to be. But I need like I need like a professional like speech therapist kind of thing to where I want to be. Which it sucks. None of those are local here. Absolutely none in my area. Not that I would be going to one like in person with all the pandemic stuff anyway, but online ones I have had trouble with. Either they just don't respond to me when I reach out, or their schedule's already full, they're really busy. Maybe unsurprisingly, a lot of people figured out that they're trans over the pandemic. You know, you have a lot of time alone to yourself, you start thinking about things. And so all of this stuff is like swamped. There's some of them that are kind of like group things. One of my girlfriends is doing one of those, and she's having a good time of it. I think it's going good. But I'm just... No. I'd freak out too much. I can't do the group setting stuff. But even with all of that in mind, on my end, I understand why I sound how I sound. I understand why people misunderstand my identity based on my voice. It's still like, look at this avatar, right? Like, come on. The channel name had Lily in it. It has Lilibelle in it now, which hopefully is a bit more obviously them. And like, this thing has got, you know, it's got the titties, right? I got a bra strap hanging out over here. And people still come in comments be like, wow, great video. I love his content. And I'm like, I'll murder you in your sleep. I'll strangle the life out of you. But I can't do that. All I can do is delete the comment. Which is okay. Sure. And thank you, PJB. I don't think my voice sounds bad. It just doesn't sound like how I would like it to sound. And I've been told by people before that it as far as voice stuff goes, it can pass, and I'm like, yeah, maybe, but I still get a lot of this stuff, and so that stresses me out. That stuff pushes my dysphoria buttons real nasty like. So eventually, you know, anyone, I think, you have to deal with this explosion of suddenly being visible to a bunch of new strangers, a bunch of them misgendering you despite you presenting as femme as, you feel like you can be doing currently. I have my pronouns listed on stuff. I've, this character is smiling a lot. But I'm not. Yeah. That's another thing. I wanna redo this whole character. I wanna redo it. New rig. Maybe a 3D model. I don't know. But the combination of all that stuff, like I said, it all really, really freaked me out. And that's why I haven't been streaming for a good long while. Do I feel like I owe an explanation to folks? I don't think so. Realistically, I don't owe y'all jack shit, and it's important for me to remember that. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, see, I've seen people put their pronouns like visibly on their stream, and I've considered doing that, but part of me's like, I have them in the description. My name's Lily. Everyone in chat calls me Lily. Everyone in comments calls me Lily. I don't need to put those pronouns on the stream. If I do, I'm admitting some sort of like defeat. Right? Like maybe that's an ego thing. Maybe I just want people to just just treat me better without being told to. Right? Like if you're not sure what my pronouns are, just the realest chat I've had on any of my streams here, I guess. And it's, I like streaming. It's fun. I don't want it to be stressful. I have, to date, only ever had like maybe 1 or 2 problems in chat. And the only major issue I've had on the Discord is just the parasocial thing that one time. And for having 600 something subscribers on YouTube and stuff, I think that's pretty good. I think it means that the type of people that like to watch my stuff are vibing with my vibe, right? Like it's I don't know, maybe that's nonsense. I don't know. It just, it feels like the right kind of people are finding and watching my stuff. Maybe that's a weird thing to say. But I don't want to have, like transphobes or whatever hanging out. Even if they like what I do, but are, fuck them. Get out of here. And as a lot of people have seen, in recent months, a lot of stuff's just coming down really hard on trans folks. Like, in terms of, like, laws and shit. Like, in the US and the UK, everywhere, it's bad. It's really bad. And so, any feelings of, like gender dysphoric stuff, or like being worried that I'm not passing and all of that gets kind of magnified a bit when all of that stuff's happening in the news and everything all the time. So it was kind of between that unexpected explosion of whoa, suddenly I've got double to triple the number of people following me on YouTube, more comments than I've ever seen before, and it's something that I can't follow up on I had a number of people who saw that video and like got into my stuff through that, and they were like, "Yo, you should do more reaction stuff. React to this, react to that." And I'm just like, I can't. I had a funny reaction because that was my genuine reaction while I was streaming. Like, I like watching the Nintendo Directs. It's fun to stream those because then I get to share them with people. And if I just was like, oh, time to make reaction videos, I'd feel really weird about it, right? Like, for one, what am I even gonna watch? Right? Like, I guess there's like movie trailers or something. There's a whole react to things side of like YouTube and Twitch and stuff that I've never watched any of that stuff, really. I mean, I've occasionally like looked into some of like people's reactions to like Smash Brothers announcements and stuff. That's about it. Not to say that like any of that content is bad particularly. Like I don't know. It's not a judgment. It's just not a thing that I'm into. But I'm not in that world. I'm not part of that world. Proactive instead of reactive. I mean, I understand why the reaction stuff is a big deal for some people, because there's a whole gamut of emotions that you can get out of like a reaction video. You know, someone can be angry, someone can be excited, someone can be confused, someone can be upset. And that's why those compilations that I was put in a couple times are a thing. For sure. But that's not what I want to do. Even playing like video games on stream, like there have been times where I'm like, oh, it's this new game, I gotta play a new game. People want to watch new game. Brand new video game. That's where the views is at, and anytime I start finding myself gravitating towards that mindset, I push back against it because I don't care. Like, if there's a new game that came out and I'm interested in playing it, I will stream it. I've done that. I did that several times. I did that with Miitopia, which I would love to finish that playthrough at some point. That's maybe the most frustrating thing for me, is like I stopped streaming I don't know, even halfway. Might have been like 2/3 of the way through that Miitopia playthrough. It might have been halfway, actually. It's been a while since I've played like the full game. I played the 3DS version, like I beat that like multiple times. I love that game. But the Switch version was what I was streaming. And I feel like those Miitopia streams were some of the most fun streams I did. Just because I love Miitopia. And people were having a lot of fun in chat with it by like suggesting characters for me to use. And then I'd try to like, you know, do like voices for them and stuff. It felt like more than just I'm playing a game and people are watching. It was like, it was fun. It was like a thing. And I love that stuff. But there's not so many games that work like that people would respond to, and I think the only real reason why I even got many viewers on those streams was because Miitopia had just come out. Like, if I had decided now to start streaming Miitopia, I don't think people would care. It would not be showing up in like the Twitch stuff. It wouldn't be rating or whatever, and I would still have fun. But there's the back and forth with chat that I really love. And as a smaller streamer, you don't get a lot of that, so it's nice to get it sometimes on games where it's really good for it. That was also around the time that I was one of the other things, that I needed. A lot of this isn't like important information. I'll be straight up about that. This is kind of me sorting out my own thoughts on this and sort of venting a little. The Metopia thing was around when I was experimenting with how long my YouTube videos should be, when I should be streaming, what kind of like tags and thumbnails and names I should be putting on these videos to try and get more attention drawn to them. And I don't like any of that. It's stressful, and it doesn't matter ultimately, right? Like, what matters to me is sharing things I like with other people. And sometimes I can do that through streaming, by playing a video game and enjoying it with the chat, or, you know, enjoying just playing it, and people can watch it later on YouTube, which people do. Some of my friends do, which is amazing. I would never have thought that people would want to just like sit there and listen to me talk. And I know I'm not a big streamer. I'm hardly a streamer at this point, honestly. Sort of lost my train of thought. Sorry. This Undertale song just gets me emotional. So this was bleeding over into my brain. So it comes down to, or I guess it came down to me looking at what I was making, why I was making it, and realizing that I wasn't doing anything for me, but that I could be. And I needed to step back from streaming for a while. And I'm still in that period where I'm still not streaming, right? Like, today was a silly one-off thing. Because I thought I had a kind of a fun, absolutely, baby tier, mild sauce April Fool's gag, which is just, you know, playing Mario 64 but as Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Like, it's fun. But ultimately I'm not back, right? You know, I'm trying to put words together in my head here a little. It's hard to talk about this stuff. Even when it's like, it's so low stakes, right? Like, there's like 5 or 6 people watching. There's different song here. Different one. Come on. Are there really so few songs on this playlist? Come on. 75 unavailable videos are hidden. Wow, that's rude. Here. There we go. Sorry, I've got this YouTube playlist that I just call background music, and I always intended to just use it for if I was ever just talking on stream, just so it wouldn't be like dead air, right? I think it might be a little loud still, I don't know. What was I thinking? So yeah, I've been taking a break from streaming. I'm still currently taking a break from streaming. um, will I be streaming again in the future? Regularly? On a schedule, maybe? I don't know. I'd like to. I can't make promises. Anytime I've made promises about, like, dates and times and things, it all falls apart. So I'm just not gonna do that. But, I will say I would like to have a schedule. I would like to stream on a regular basis. I think it's fun, and it gives me some extra structure to things. Something to look forward to. And a different sort of social experience than I get when I just hang out on Discord and talk with people, or as like we used to do in the olden days, you know, meet up with friends and play video games or whatever, in the before times, you know. Which will be here again someday, I'm sure. Oh, sorry. Yeah. The plan is to just stream whenever I feel like it. I just want to make it clear that whenever I feel like it is likely to be extremely infrequent. I've said it a few times on the Discord, but I am planning on moving this year. After the move, I'm hoping to stream more, but we're gonna see how I feel at that point, because I'm gonna be in a very different living situation. I'm gonna be in a house with people who are supportive and social and stuff, and I don't know how I'm gonna adjust to that. Hopefully well. I know it'll be good for me. Thank you, PJB. But yeah, so if for some reason I'm still not around regularly by the end of this year, know that eventually I'm gonna be revisiting streaming. Eventually, right? I'm not putting a time frame on it, because that's pressure that I don't want to screw around with. Oh my god, this song. And I feel like there was something really important that I have not remembered to talk about, and I can't remember what it is. I'm just all over the place. It's fine. It's fine. If I wanted to make it a big important video, I'd have a script. I'm just whatever. It's off the cuff. Streaming will return. Like in that way that, like, you end a movie and you have, you know, Spider-Man will return, or whatever. It's one of those kind of deals where, oh, they didn't announce a sequel or whatever. Yeah. Blah. 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 There are a few things I wished I could have streamed, mostly Nintendo Direct stuff, and other, like, streams like that. I kind of... I don't know. You may see me try and do some of those every once in a while, because it's like, if I'm gonna sit there and watch this anyway, I might as well stream it, right? So I might do that occasionally. That's more likely than seeing game stuff. I've also been working on a Super Robot Wars fan game a little bit. It's real early days stuff. Like, it does not exist as a game yet, right? Like, it exists as design concepts that I need to implement and I've been looking at different engine options for that kind of thing. Like there's a plugin for RPG Maker MV, I think, that essentially converts the whole thing to just work like a Super Robot Wars style game. The turn-based grid movement, the stat system, all of that, which would be good mechanically, I think, but visually might not be what I want. And then there's stuff like trying to just make my own thing in Unity, which would be way more complicated and a much bigger undertaking. But also the result would be a lot closer to the kind of game I want to make, I think. And I want to do like non-fan game stuff too. But I just really want to make this Super Robot Wars fan. I don't know why. It's just like, it's sticking with me. Really hard. But I've also been playing through more of the Super Robot Wars games, just, obviously my own time, to get a better feel for, like, the modern design of the series. Because, like, the ones I had played before were kind of, like, old ones. Like, Super Nintendo era stuff. One of the PS1 games. And I've been playing through, I beat Super Robot Wars V, and I've been playing through X on my PS4. And I've got Super Robot Wars T and 30. Well, I've got 30 on PC, but I also got T on PS4, and I want to get through all four of those to really feel out where the series is at in a modern design space, and kind of contrast it with some of the older stuff, so I can figure out where I want things to fall for this. Which is absolutely meaningless to everyone watching, I'm sure. Oh, these are, you can find these songs on YouTube. The channel is Jammin' Sam Miller. They're restorations. I hate calling them that, but that's what the videos are called. They're, I would say, recreations of the original studio instruments being used for these songs rather than just the Super Nintendo chip. They're really interesting. They're nice. I like them. Obviously, this is not how these songs were intended to be heard or anything, but, they're nice. It's got a clarity to them that I like. Although I do love the Super Nintendo sound chip. That Super Nintendo is just my favorite system all around. Graphics, sound, everything is perfect. But yeah, so the Super Robot Wars thing. So I've been playing through those games. I've been working on with a story outline and like a mission outline, because I can figure out what the setup for those is before I fully nailed down the gameplay balance and stuff, and the stats and everything. But that's just been really big on my mind lately. And then there's that, and I've been building Gunpla stuff still, here and there. I fell out of that for a long while, too. I had started to make that into some sort of weird social media job thing, and I didn't like that. Where I was like, oh yeah, I'll, do this one and post it at this time, and people will like it or whatever. And I was like, no, actually, this is stupid. I should just make stuff that I want to make, because I'm the one who's making it, and I'm the one whose house it's gonna be in. Right? Like, I'm the one that's gotta sit there and look at it. And it is funny because once I just started, focusing on those, people like them more. because I cared about what I was making more. I wasn't just trying to make something because I thought people would think it was cool. I was just making a thing I wanted to make. Like my little Spider-Man core Gundam that I posted. Oh man. That was actually decent timing on that one, because I was finishing it up just before the new Spider-Man movie hit, so that got around a little bit, I guess. Nothing crazy, but I'm still really happy with that. I've got some other stuff I'm working on. So it's not like I'm just gone and nothing's happening. Which I'm sure everyone would assume I'm just busy or something. But it's beyond just like that I'm busy with other things. It's that there was some stuff to push me away from streaming, and having worked through some of that. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Having worked through some of that, I'm feeling more confident that I will be able to be streaming regularly again in the future. And I guess that's really all the important bit, right? It's just eventually I'll be doing things regularly again.